Sup Shredders, my name is Logan, aka Spiderhands, and welcome to SP Reviews, where today we're going to be checking out a track by an act named Terry Blade, titled For You. And if we switch over to here, we have ourselves a track on the screen. We're going to listen through it from start to finish, you're going to hear what you think. Let's go. Oh, nice volume automation there. Oh, it's very professional, isn't it? The production quality is good. Cool, I'm liking how the drums, the bass, and the guitar are coming in together. I like how the bass comes in a little bit later to allow you to appreciate what's happening with the guitar and the drums. Nice development there. Interesting chord progression there. I'm glad we're not just stacking sets of 4 together. It's good.
Maybe I'll cry for you. That's between you and I. Never thought I'd be the kind of guy. Ask of me and baby, I will try for you.
Yeah, Terry's got a distinct sort of timbre to his vocals. I've reviewed some of his stuff before, which has been it's been pretty good. I like how much he is singing in a way that kind of gives you the impression that he really genuinely cares what he's talking about. There's a lot of emotion and angst in the performance.
Maybe I'll lie for you.
Oh.
If that's the truth, I can't deny. Honestly, I barely recognize part of me you asked me to disguise for you.
So it's sounding like there could be unrealistic expectations in the relationship that he's in. Maybe think people aren't meeting both ways, or it's not particularly a positive one. I like the openness of the composition and how we just have the hi-hats sometimes, and there's less of that low end coming into this next section. And there's that kind of soul R&B vibe that I really appreciate. But it's got that contemporary, audio production there. Nice and bright, nicely sidechained. Okay, all right. So there's a lot of commitment coming in from Terry Blade for whoever he's singing about in this position. It was nice to have those backing vocals there, creating a really nice, colorful harmony behind him. It was a diff change in the intensity, the energy, and in the situation we had in the verse. I think it's really good to sort of make those verse and chorus sections distinct.
Take a walk in my shoes. If you ever want to know just how far I would go, baby, I will break all the rules for you.
It's interesting because sometimes those vocals don't come in at the same time as sometimes they do. I'm not sure if that's an intentional or unintentional thing, but it is unique and I haven't heard it before. So like, it's cool. I wouldn't mind it if like it was deliberately out of sync, you know. It kind of adds a bit more presence to the mix for it than it would have otherwise. Nice guitar sub layer here. Nice falsetto there, dude. That was stunning. That was stunning. I wasn't expecting that to come in here, but he handles that note well. And you can tell that he understands proper vocal technique because you've got that breath controlled there. How do I say it? I'm just stuttering, right? The slow build and the attack of that note there. It's not someone who's doing it for the first time. They've had experience doing this for a while now, and it shows. Nice contrast between his legato and staccato bits. With a Toulouse part, you know? Again. I mean, it's nice to have that synth pad or come in with that guitar lead. There's a nice sense of unity through it, which kind of makes sense with the theme of doing this for you, you know? All for the love of love, I suppose, you know? Okay. That was cool, because this is the conclusion of my review. I can't talk today. This is my review of Terry Blades for You. You know, I think we understand the story. It's a fairly simple and easy one to follow. The reason I initially was like, is this not a healthy situation, is simply because my first initial interpretation was that he was being sort of put in a position where he had to lie for this person, you know. But then as it went on, it seemed like more of a genuine, sort of wholesome kind of thing, like, oh, I would make these sacrifices for you because I believe in us and I want us to have a future together. The story makes sense. The way that Terry Blade sung was reflective of that, emotional content there. The style of vocalization along with the story, they met wonderfully, and there's a beautiful cohesion there. There was a sincerity and a vulnerability expressed by Terry Blade that I've come across throughout the other work that I've done for him. And he's one of the best at it, you know. You never feel as if it is inauthentic. It's always comes from the heart. I appreciate and respect that, especially as it's not an easy thing to do, to expose yourself in a song, even if it's like a love song where a lot of people have done that sort of thing. I mean, it's more than that, but you get what I mean, right? Putting yourself out there and not trying to hide behind a wall is it's a difficult thing to get out from behind that wall and sort of express yourself to the world. And well done to Terry Blade for doing that. Yep, the great vocal technique, the notes all hit well. And while I commented on his vocal harmonies not coming at the same time, I think I sensed a pattern of it being like occasional like unity and then like just after the other. So maybe that was a potential sequencing decision there. But that's fine. You know, I'm clear understanding of how to write catchy hook lines or catchy melodies. Well, I mean, like, I'll probably remember this, you know, I'll probably remember that vocal line, but at the same time, I don't think there was a deliberate attempt at trying to make it catchy, you know. It just everything just needed to work together, and it did. For the structure of it, you know, you had that verse, chorus kind of vibe there. And you had the intro, instrumental intros and outros, and that's all you needed in a sub 3 minute song. And I know sub 3 minutes is basically 3 minutes, but still, you know, that's the perfect length for a single in this day and age, between that 2 and 4 minute mark. And Terry Blade nailed it. There was enough content in there to understand what was going on, from the single solo vocals in the first verse to the harmonized vocals in the second. There was nice development there. It was great. You know, we also had that additional little bit of layering of falsetto in that last part, which is gorgeous. Yeah, and then we had the instrumentation, the guitar lines that were subtle but needed to be there for the mid to high coloration when, you know, Terry Blade wasn't there. The drums were supportive, that quarter note groove. There was an eighth note groove, but it was so subtle that you think the accents were on the quarters. The bass line had a great presence there, but it also didn't feel overwhelming at the same time. It always makes me happy when I hear a bass guitar mixed well. Testament to the post-production and studio engineering going on here. Because of course we also have the production and recording, mixing and mastering here, which is absolutely spectacular. Sounded like a professional track released by a well-to-do major label or something like that. To be honest, and I'm not saying this to be nice, if Terry Blade isn't, I see Blade Modus Records, so that could be Terry Blade's own label. I'm glad that he's got a label, and I would love to hear him collaborate with other musicians in future. The EQing, stereo panning of the instruments, the mix, you know, the volume levels in the mix were great, and limiting compression was like, it was nice and loud without pumping. Everything sounded like it was glued together, but there was also a sense of dynamic range, especially with those automated bits at the beginning and the end. Yeah, great track. That's my review of Terry Blades for You. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please do go show Terry Blades some love via his various social medias and a Spotify page. Stay cool and stay safe, and please remember to support your local musicians and artists at this point in time, as they need the help more than ever with all the crazy stuff going on in the world. And I will catch you in the next review. Spiderhands Out.